Hello, I'm Father Douglas Guthrie, pastor of St. Luke the Evangelist Catholic Church in Houston, Texas. Thank you for joining us for Faithful Friday on September the 2nd. I have something that I really don't like to talk about today. When you come to church this weekend, if you look at the gates that go into the courtyard, you'll see a sign. And the first words on the top of the sign are church private property. That's not welcoming, is it? You know, this parish was established in 1975, and back then, at the very beginning, the priest who was starting the parish and the people who came together to form the brand new parish, they wanted a loving, caring, committed community. You know, stewardship was big, and caring for each other, knowing each other and looking out for each other was important. So community, loving each other, knowing each other, working together, all that was important. We don't want to exclude people. And when you have a sign that says church private property, that sounds like you're excluding people, doesn't it? So why are those signs there? Like I said, I really don't like doing this, but I think it's the right thing to do. I think it's important, and I think it needs to be done whether I like it or not. See, I think that's the thing here. Here's the situation. About a week ago or so, it came to our attention that there was a person who was sleeping on the church property every night. It was a lady. She would wait for us to lock the plant up, lock the gates, and then she would come and just sit by one of the gates and sleep over the night and then leave in the morning. Then it got to where she wasn't leaving quite as before we opened the place up. She was staying here longer, and it seemed to be spending more time. When we realized this was happening, some of our staff members approached her. She was polite, she was nice, and we were too, and said, "We'd like to help you. We're concerned you're not safe sleeping here. Anybody can come up and hurt you." Within the last 5 years or so, I think, I don't remember how long it's been, the church has been broken into twice that I'm aware of. Once they smashed a window to go into the hall. Another time they broke into the education building and the administrative building, went through our desks, ransacked the files. We think they were looking for money, we're not sure. But they made a mess of things. None of us were hurt, it was all done while we were gone. But we're concerned, you know, with the rise of violence in our society, the road rage you see on the roads, and the anger that people are expressing in everyday life. We're concerned. We asked the lady, "Will you let us help you find a shelter? Will you let us help you find some place where you can go and be safe?" No, she doesn't want any of that. We've told her, you can't sleep here because we're concerned. We don't want you to be hurt. And she keeps saying no. And she comes back. We called the constable of Precinct 2, and we found out that there's an officer who is assigned to take care of the homeless in Precinct 2. One officer does it, and he has no budget. He has no money to help them. All he can do is call people and see what connections he can make. He seems to be very committed to working hard and working with the different churches and organizations and really he wants to help. He takes these people to get identification and whatnot. He spends time with them. But you know, one man can only do so much, and Precinct 2 isn't small. So we're trying to get other churches to see if they can help him and what we can do to help him to help the homeless. But we're asking the lady, we're telling the lady, she can't stay. She needs to go somewhere safe, not here. And that's the reason we're telling her she cannot sleep here on our sidewalks, because we're concerned for her safety. There's another concern. If she starts staying here, will other people see that and figure that they can stay as well? And then things can become really complicated. So we are trying to be a loving community. We are trying to be Christ-like. We want to reach out and help people. We've offered her food, we've offered her contacts to get jobs, that sort of thing. She's been very pleasant. We can't complain about that at all. But our concern is that we don't want this to get out of control. So please, let's pray for the homeless. Let's pray. Many of them are mentally, emotionally disturbed. I don't know if that's the case with this lady. I'm really not qualified to give a diagnosis on that. But we want to reach out and help them with our prayers. Our social services, the people who are working with our social services are trying to do everything they can to find ways to help, and have talked with this lady, and again, she's refusing all help. So we're hoping that by being a little bit more firm, we will be able to encourage her to accept the help she needs. So we're not hard-hearted, we're not uncaring. We do know that Jesus wants us to feed the hungry, to clothe the naked, to comfort the afflicted. We take that seriously. And I know many of y'all do too. And I'm so grateful for that. We're all trying to work together. But it's like parents don't always give their children everything they want. You know, and it's like Jesus even said in the gospel, if your child asks you for an egg, you don't give him a snake. So we're trying to be helpful to this lady, to guide her to where she can get real help. And in order for the constable to be able to ask her to leave, we have to have the sign up. We have to have some kind of indication that she does not have permission to stay here. So let's pray. If you have suggestions, things you know of that can help, or if you would like to maybe volunteer to work in this ministry with the social services people, please contact us. We're always open to more help. We want all the help we can get at St. Luke. And that's the beauty of our parish, that for all these years, we have tried to be good stewards. We've tried to be responsible for one another. Not just, well, this is what I want, and what I want is the only thing that matters. We've tried to be a loving, giving community, haven't we? For all these years, almost 50 years. So let's keep up our efforts. Let's build on this beautiful foundation that we have and continue to build a beautiful church, because we are St. Luke.